When we conceived the collection, it was very much about this unique period in time, well, certainly in my life, in the kind of early 70s, where we had all these old TVs around, and I got kind of slightly hooked on TV test signals and the beautiful graphics that they all were. One place was in the back of my head, which was this store which I've been visiting for, gosh, more than 10 years. I wanted to have it in a store that was literally dedicated to that period, and this store's, renowned for having fantastic collection of early 70s furniture and radios and TV. But this isn't something we kind of come in with to the guys at Reebok. It's very much a partnership. So, there's a lovely amount of freedom they give us to kind of mess around a little. And we don't like to mess around too much because, a lot of these shoes were, they were designed and they were done. They don't need messing around with it. They were just perfect. So it's adding these, wrapping them in layers in which we can understand and make interesting. Repro and retro are quite tricky concepts because, you essentially have, you have one shot at it and you're bringing something back and it's there. And then the real collectors want the real one. It's like there's always this kind of slightly uncomfortable relationship, I think. So it's lovely to be allowed to do something that's very vintage inspired, but essentially you're trying to create something new. It's the Inferno, which we've worked on quite heavily, and the parts of the shoe, this is to mimic the interference on the screen. We have the kind of the engineered drilled holes for the speakers, because all of the ideas for this is coming from the old television sets. And this is the original judo fabric here as well in the white one. Shoe that it was the time when Japanese electronics came to the UK, and it was all of a sudden, and it really finished the UK television industry quite quickly. So this is our version of the Pump Fury, which is taken from the actual pattern shapes of the pump. We imagine them put through a signal, and the way those signals, the two colours come together very slowly, they overlap, and this is how we got the print shape. The valve and the unit was supposed to mimic buttons on a TV, which is why we called them out in such contrast colours and used the silver on there as well. This overarching theme of outside in will follow on. It's like a kind of third album thing, right? You have your initial ideas are in the first, then all the things you wanted to do in the first, some of those then go through to the second, and then I think you take the best of that for the third, and I think that's very much what we see for the next line, which we've done.